So I decided to go for a little off-road adventure. It turned into some billy goat action, kind of mountain climbing. And I'm also trying to figure out what's the best way I can capture these experiences, driving and filming by myself. Because some of these areas I went up using the GoPros in there, I don't know if it's going to capture like just how steep it is and how rocky it is. And I can't stop and like set up a camera and then get back in the V. It's just way too steep to do that. So I'm working on that. Right now I'm almost up to 8,000 feet. Pretty breezy day today. So I had to turn my mic up to get my voice, but hopefully it's not too windy because behind me, and I may have gotten some pictures of it, but it's basically, you can't really see because the trees are in the way, but it drops down, I don't know, 2,000 feet or so. Not a straight cliff, but very gradual mountain. And in the distance is, you can't see it from here, but Phoenix, if you could, there's mountains in the way, is down that way. So almost, the GPS said I was at 7,800 feet or so. And I'm well below the crests of these hills. But it's really fun. I'm not sure I should be out here solo. I'm pretty far out. I've got no cell phone reception. It'd be hard to tell someone how to get here because of the tracks. I think these tracks are like a motorcycle or a UTV, those side-by-side tracks, because they're pretty narrow and pretty steep. And I can see like where people have been working their way around the rocks. It's very narrow tire tracks. So, but so far, I've just been cruising it. The Jeep's doing okay, no issues. But I wanted to get out. And see if I could just show you guys a little beauty. Maybe if you're stuck at home, and maybe I could come out and just share with you something, and that would make you feel a little bit better about situations that we're all in. But my big thing is I'm really trying to figure out how to capture all this stuff. I mean, I really like the view of the GoPro. On the windshield looking forward, it's my view that I get. Problem is, lenses tend to distort, and how they distort is they flatten the road out when you've got like a boulder that's two feet big and you're going up a hill. It looks like you're on flat ground going over a pebble. But I just really want to kind of share with you how fun it is taking some of these trails. This is not, you couldn't come up here with a regular vehicle. A good 4x4 with decent sized tires. That's the main thing over rocks like this. You've got to be able to get your differentials, your axles up a little bit to clear some of these rocks. And the only way to do that is with larger tires. You don't suspension lift your vehicle. The only way to move an axle is to put bigger tires on it. And that's, these are 37, the Falken mud terrains on here, 37s. But I've got this thing geared specifically for 37s. I got 513s in this bad boy. It's pretty low gear ratio. It's almost the lowest you can go. And some people don't know this, but the lower gear ratio you go, the less engagement on the teeth you have. So it's not always the best to go the lowest. What I tried to do was match the factory specs, like the gear ratio with the factory tire size, to running 37s and get back to that ratio. And I got pretty close. With it. But it's beautiful up here. Even though it's a little breezy, it's 60 degrees, but it's not cold. The cold breeze. It's pretty warm. Man, it's amazing. Doing off-road trails that are in the mountains are really fun. They're a bit scary too. I'm not a huge fan of driving on cliff edges. There was a couple places back there that it was a little gnarly where it got real narrow, rocks on the upper side, big boulders in the way, and kind of a straight drop, no trees. At least when there's trees there, I have this weird sense of security that if I do start to go over there, the trees are going to stop me from going all the way to the bottom. But I'm not sure that's actually a reality. But some of those areas, I'm not a huge fan of that. I'll be honest with you guys that, driving a vehicle that could buck, slide, do a lot of things right on the edge of a cliff is not my thing. Then again, some of the things that I like, other people don't like. I like going, 120 miles an hour through the desert over bumps. And in a split second, you could be catapulting and rolling, and it's just as bad as falling off a cliff. So I guess to each his own. But it's, yeah, cliff driving's not my thing. Like I said, I had probably just two short little areas that were like that on my way up here. I'm going to keep going farther and see if I can find any other nice areas to kind of show you guys. But I really wanted to come out here and, like the last couple of videos I talked about, just to get a good feeling back in the system, but also share it with you guys, because I think that's important. If I share it with you, if you can just see, that's why it's so important to me to be able to capture what I'm seeing. And it's difficult when you're by yourself. If I had someone else, outside, film crew filming me as I'm going up these things, it would be really neat to see, but I don't have that. So I'm gonna keep working and doing my best to be able to really capture what the terrain is like that I'm going over. Well, I thought I would add this in for you guys, a little after action commentary here. I had another like 15 minutes to 20 minutes worth of footage like this. You can see, boy, I'm in there just talking away. And I had, good action with it, flopping me around. And I mean, the GoPro was getting washed out the super bright sunlight and then the shade of the trees. But I was showing when I was on those cliffs edge and talking about a little bit more about driving and just how much fun it is up there. But what I did was I wanted to get some better audio, so I tried to use an external microphone with the GoPro, and it failed. It failed all 3 times. Like, I had 3 different segments of like 10 to 12 minutes each. So that's why this video is a lot shorter. I didn't realize that until I drove all the way back home and looked at the footage. But it was pretty good. I got to figure out a way to make sure that this stuff's recording, because I think this angle here is pretty good. Like, I like this angle. I like the little shots of the suspension underneath. I think I got to move the camera away from the windshield or put it on the outside to take away the glare. Other than that, I had a lot of fun. I just wanted to share some views with you guys and hopefully, bring some enjoyment, some, a fresh perspective to you, as you may still be stuck at home, And I'm lucky enough to live basically in the middle of nowhere and be able to get out on my own and do a little bit of this stuff right now, and definitely share it with all you guys. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you next time.